no other means, none of you uh, know that concept. That's why no problem. And for your batch, I am going to create one more new solution, as well as till now whatever programs I had done, all the programs I will send in through repository, Git repository I will send. So if you want to download that, either you can clone your project, otherwise create a Git account and you can download that. Okay. Now I'm going to create a new project. Last time also we discussed how to create a new project, C Sharp, Windows. I want to create a console application. When I want to create a console, here I'm selecting console. See, two things it is showing. Now also I'm selecting .NET framework only. Next. Here, program. And my solution name. Yes. So let's move to next. Then it will create the solution. Now, before moving to next, till now, whatever programs we had written, where we had implemented class, and a class inside we put static void main. Inside the static void main, we are implementing all our programs. Till now, whatever concept you take, all programs we are implementing like this only. So this is good. Whatever approach we are doing, that is good. But going forward, you can't implement all these things inside one class. That means if you take banking project, if you take banking project, so banking project contains so many sectors like deposits or withdrawals, or leave about deposit withdraw functionality, and different type saving account or current account and joint account or children account. Like this, we are having so many types of accounts, and each account transactions are different, and each functionalities are different. Now, when you are going to open an account in that bank, you may open an account of savings, or you may open account of current, or you may open the account of joint or child. But all these things you can't implement inside your main. That is not correct. Then object-oriented programming comes into picture. Suppose if you are writing something in your main, for all those things, memory is going to consume, right? But I don't want write that. So for which I'm going to create means whether if I want to create an account in savings, for saving account only the memory should create. For remaining I shouldn't. Like that, in software development, some scenarios are there where we want to handle. In such cases, object-oriented programming came into picture. Adhere to object-oriented programming, whatever concept is there, that is structured programming language. That is nothing but C language. So in C language, if I want to write a program, I have to write in an order. Always header section, after that any global variable, after that main section, inside whatever we want to write we can write, after that What are the user defined functions body is there, that we have to write. Always the program structure should be like this only. And after structure oriented programming, in structure oriented programming, they faced a lot of issues. What are the issues? In structure oriented programming, concept is very good, but there is no security for our data. There is no proper security for our data. Because of that reason, because of that reason, object oriented programming came into picture. Because see, if you are doing a project by struggling 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or like that, no problem. But using that project, whatever data you are storing, that is very very important. Because for any organization, data is very important, and whatever security precautions you are taking, everything is based on the data. In object oriented programming, mainly they concentrated on the data. That means, one simple example I will tell. Suppose any one of you are having SBI account or ICICI account, there is one online portal is there, one website is there. You can open that website, and whatever, except deposit, whatever other functionalities, everything you can do from that portal, right? Except deposit, remaining all functionalities you can do from that portal. Now if you observe, now tomorrow you went to bank and you want to deposit some amount or something you want to do, then if you observe, the bank people will also open the same website. Whatever website you opened, the same website they will also open, but for them the screen will be displayed in a different way, and you can see only your information, but they can see all customers information. But they can see all customers information till some extent only. And now go to ICICI manager or CEO manager category, any person if you meet, and if you ask any question, the same portal that person will also open, but for them the customer information in detail they will get. But how it is happening? Because of object oriented programming. Based on what and all role your sees, based on that, how much data should represent, that is going to be changed. If you are a manager, then I will show complete info of that candidate. Or if you are a clerk or accountant, then I will show limited information of that person. See, sometimes if you ask some banking transaction, the cashier or someone will tell that, so sorry sir, I don't have that facility, please meet the manager. Why? Because even manager also will open the same portal. Because he is a manager cadre, he can see more, or he can have more facilities of your data, or he's having more command on your data, right? All those things are possible because of object oriented. See, the name itself, it's saying object oriented. Object means one real time entity. Based on that real time entity, whatever principles they designed, all those things are comes under object oriented programming. In this object oriented programming, two terminologies very very important, and if you understand these two, maximum part you can, remaining things easily you can understand. First one is class, second one is object. What is class? A class is a blueprint, or in this class, suppose if I want to, suppose see, you want to construct one house in your plot. Then suddenly today night I got this thought, then tomorrow morning I will go and I will start constructing. No, first I will prepare a proper plan. Based on that plan, then I will go and start the work. Now in the paper or engineer, if he draws a plan, that means is your house is ready? No, the house is not ready. So it's just a skeleton part, right? It's just the skeleton, how master bedroom or how kitchen, how balconies, and how puja or how entrance, all these things the engineer is preparing a proper plan. That is nothing but class. That means, suppose tomorrow I want to start a bank, or tomorrow I want to start an organization, then before that I have to do lot of background work. That means if I want to start a bank, then I have to register that bank, or I have to print deposit forms, withdraw forms, open account forms, like that. So many background work I have to do, right? After doing all that work, then I will establish the bank. Establish the bank is this. Whatever background work you are doing, that is this. That means you should not, when suppose when you want to do the bank, when you want to open the bank, then when the customer came, sir please wait, I will prepare, I'm preparing deposit form, or I'm preparing create account form, then I will give you. No, that is not correct. Before that only all the functionalities should available. Then what the customer will do, what and all function, whatever functionalities you designed, in that what and all he or she want, they will use that functionalities. They will use that functionality, right? That is nothing but class. In that class we are going to design the complete A to Z uh, data and functionalities, all the things together. But don't think that if you are creating a class means everything is available. We can say that a class is like a template, or a class is like a skeleton, or a class is like a template from which we can create an object. Let me give an example. Class bird and two wing, wings, and two eyes, and it can fly. Like this I wrote something. Now you people tell me, without having any name, will bird will be there? Each bird is having separate name. So in this I am writing what the bird contains. All the skeleton part I designed, what and all functionalities that bird can do. That functionality is everything I designed. Now what is meant by object? Bird, parrot, sparrow, crow, etc., etc. These are called as real-time entities. Parrot is a real-time entity, sparrow is a real-time entity, crow is a real-time entity. Means when they are defined as a bird, they are defined as a bird type. Parrot is having two wings, parrot is having two eyes, and it can fly. Means what and all functionalities you are applied, all these things are going to be applicable to these objects. Suppose if I open saving account in SBI, or you are also opened a saving account in SBI, all of you are having equal funds. See, I can deposit 50,000. That means you can also deposit 50,000. That facility they had provided for all saving account holders. But how saving account is, before we join, they have to prepare. That is nothing but class. Okay, so uh, if a class is going to define the characteristics of an object, obviously just before you had seen that. And a class is a user defined type. A class is a user defined type, and we never consume a class directly. So class directly we can't use. Class inside, whatever members are there, that we are going to use with the help of object, or directly we are going to use with the help of object, or directly we are going to use. Just a moment. A class is a user-defined type, and we never consume a class directly. If we need, then we have to create an object of that class. Until and unless, if we create a copy of that class, the memory will not be allocated. Keep remember. See, if the building, when you want to construct a building, then the engineer designed a proper plan, or you designed a proper plan in a paper, then will it cost anything? No. Why? The physical appearance is not there. The virtual thing only you designed. Once you create an object for that class, that means you prepared the building plan very well. That building plan, if you are applying for your plot, then some amount is required. And the same building plan, if you are applying for another of your friend's plot, then for that separate cost is required, right? Like that, if you create an object for that class, then only memory is going to consume which you are defining in that class. Until and undo, class inside whatever you are defining, for that it won't occupy any memory. Okay, so how we are going to define a class like this? Means the original class above or below, or in another program, anywhere we are going to define the class. I'm going to define the class here. And this class inside, or for example, class employee. And this employee class inside, what employee contains? E number, string, e name, and long salary. All these things I'm going to give. And public void get data, which is used to read the data. Okay, means the customer related what and all data I'm going to take, and what and all functionalities I want to provide. All these things I'm going to give here. Public void display. So these, whatever you are defining here, class inside anything you can define. You can define variables, you can define methods, like how static void main is there. In the same way, you can define methods. All these things you can define. Here, these are called as, means in our main inside, if I'm declaring any variable like this, int a, then I'm saying this a is a variable. A is a variable, right? But this a variable where I defined a method inside, I defined. So here, these variables I defined inside a class, not inside a method. These are called methods. Okay, but these variables I defined inside a class. That's why these are called as class variables, or data members, or fields. See, again I'm saying these vocabulary you should know, because when you joined in some organization, maximum team leads, they will say that define that data member or define that field, like that they will say. You should know, if they are saying field or data member, that means they are asking you to create a variable inside a class. Okay, so at least that naming should you know. And next, these are called as methods. We know that these are methods. How static void main is there, in the same way, leave about public, I will discuss later. Void, because this method is not returning anything, and my method name is get data. How your method name is main, in the same way my method name is get data. But ma'am, here main before static we gave, here we are not giving this. Yes, static also I will discuss. Static methods are also there. So a class is a combination of normal methods and the static methods. So I will discuss static methods, very important concept that I will discuss. So these are called as methods or member functions. These are data members, these are member functions. Generally, commonly used thing is data members and member functions. Okay, so as of now, class inside I am defining these two things. Going forward slowly, class inside I am going to put constructors, class inside I am going to put properties, indexes, all those things I am going to add. Means a class inside many things you can give. Suppose see, when you are preparing a plan, see in that plan so many things you will put main entrance and each room entrance and windows where you want to put, and each total house height how much you want, and balconies which side you want, and washrooms where you want to put, like that so many things you are preparing in that plan, right? It's the same way class inside also so many things we can put. But as of now, we know variable and method, these two concepts only. That's why class inside, I'm going to define variables, but these are called as class variables or data members, and we are going to define methods. But for these variables, will it occupy any memory? No, it won't occupy any single memory. When it is going to occupy the memory, when you create an object for that class, when you create an object for that class, that means employee e1 I'm giving, e1 is equal to new employee e1 is equal to new employee. Now for that employee I created an object called e1. Now the memory how it is going to consume is e1 dot e number and e1 dot e name and e1 dot e1 dot e1 dot e number, e1 dot e name, and e1 dot salary. Like this the memory is going to consume. Okay, so like this the memory is going to consume. Now that e1 is called as an object. An object is an instance of the class. An object is an instance of the class. An object is an entity that has properties for identifying that state, methods for behaviors, and events for description. I will tell events later, but generally an object, when you are creating an object, then only for that class variables the memory is going to consume. That means if you are creating another object, suppose employee e2 is equal to new employee, another object I am going to create. When you are creating another object, then e2 dot e number separate memory and e2 dot e name separate memory, e2 dot salary separate memory. That means for obviously see, when I am withdrawing some amount from my account, will that reflect to you people account? No, because I am having my own memory, you are having your own memory. That means I am called as an object and you are also called as an object. What and all transactions you are doing, that will be applicable to you only. What and all objects I am creating, that will be applicable to me only. Okay, so the memory is allocated for one instance, will not share with other instance. Obviously, this is a security mechanism of hope. That's the main important rule in object-oriented programming. And the new operator is used to create an instance. So generally everyone will confuse that what is instance and what is object. This is called instance creation. Always instance creation will be done with the help of you. Whenever you are getting new keyword, that means you are allocating the memory for this at runtime. That means this step will be done at compile time. Just I want to divide this into two parts, but both are same. So E1 is equal to, now just in 2 lines I am writing to understand this part. Now suppose see, int a you are writing, right? What is this a? A is a variable. What is this int? Int is a data type, right? Now somehow it is looking like this, right? So E1 is a variable and employee is what? Employee is a type. But int is a predefined type, but employee is a user defined type. Anyone, if you remember, when I'm explaining data types, two types I explained: built-in data types and user-defined data types. Built-in data types means the data types which are already available in the language. User-defined data types means if you are creating your own type, that is called user-defined type. That means when you are creating a class, means what you are doing here, we are creating a new type called employee. How int is there, in the same way I'm creating a new type, employee. And this even is what? Variable. How a is called as a variable, in the same way even is called as variable. Then ma'am, what is object? See, here I'm writing also. This will done at compile time. Compile time, and even is a variable like yes. But here this will done at runtime, and here even will start behaving like a object, like a object. Why? Because in that even you are creating an instance and you are assigning that instance to that even. Now from here onwards, that even will start behaving like an object. Please try to understand. Anyone not clear, please ask. So what is class? What is object? Basic understanding is clear. Shall I move to next? What is class and what is object and how to create? Is it clear? Okay, I'm moving to next. Now, there are some object-oriented principles are there. What are they? Encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, and data hiding, and abstraction. Like so many things are there. See how good you have to remember these concepts means now onwards, what and all activities you are doing. Best example, banking only. That's why I will take example of bank only. So what and all tasks you are doing, every time this task is nothing but okay encapsulation, or this task is nothing but inheritance. Like by seeing all that examples, you have to recollect these definitions. Okay, encapsulation means this one. Here we are doing, see, whatever present in the market, whatever softwares are there, all are having this concept. All are having this concept. So you can easily understand. Not only that, going forward, if you are working with Windows Web, anywhere, whatever you are seeing, always try to recollect. Okay, this is static. Because of that, it's working like that. Or this is a normal method. Because of that, it's working like that. You have to understand. You have to recollect the concepts like that. Because in OOPS, so many concepts are there. So, like object-oriented principles, like so many operator overloading, like so many principles are there. So, the language which supports all these principles are called as object-oriented programming language. So, in that, the first principle is encapsulation. So, encapsulation means putting data and code together is called as an encapsulation. Putting data and code together is called as an encapsulation. Let's take the bank example. Everyone knows this. And in bank, you people are having account number, name, balance, and account type. These are the things. And what are the transactions you are doing generally? General transactions, deposit transaction you will do, withdraw transaction you will do, and get balance you will do. Let's take these three things. Now I am going to create some objects. This is object 1, this is object 2, and this is object 3. Three objects we are creating. Okay, each object is having their own values, right? This is obj1 and this is obj2 and this is obj3. Three objects we are having, right? Now you people only tell, suppose if you want to deposit some amount in the bank, if you want to deposit some amount in the bank, so will you fill deposit form and along with the deposit form you will give your cash, or directly in that cash counter you will put without taking help of cashier? Directly in the cashier cash counter will you put the amount, or will you fill the deposit form and that deposit form will add the data to your account? Which one you are doing?
Along with deposit form, we will
Yes.
give cash.
Along with the deposit form, we are going to fill the data. That means if I want to do any transaction, I know this data is mine only. Let's imagine in that bank only I am having the account. Even in that case also, the bank people, they won't allow you to touch the cash counter. They will ask to fill the deposit form. To fill the deposit form, that deposit form will access or will add some amount to your balance, whatever you are asking. Not only that, whatever transaction you do, all the transactions you are interacting with those methods, those methods are accessing the data. Even this data is your data. Means, can you change your account number? No. Can you change your name? No. If you raise a request, please change my name with some proper proof, then you are able to change. Not only that, if you take Aadhaar card or anything, are you able to change your details? No. Ma'am, but online portals are there. In that online portals, I can change means. In that case also, they are saying, change your name, upload your proof and submit. When you are clicking on submit, in background, some method is going to take that request. And that method is going to validate whether that the proof is correct or not. If it is correct, then it will goes to that and you can change the transaction. That means if you observe some whatever transaction means, even though all this data is your data also, as an object, you people can't access this data directly. With the help of these methods only, you people are able to access anything. If you are transferring some amount to your friend account, you are thinking that you are opening your portal and you are typing the amount, you are typing IMPS or RTGS, whatever you want, and you are clicking on send button. No, when you click on that send button, internally one method is going to call, that method is going to do that functionality. You can't touch your data directly. You can't touch your data directly. This mechanism is called as encapsulation. That too, this type of classes are called as fully encapsulation. Fully encapsulation. That means, and what is the definition of encapsulation? Putting data and functionalities together inside some block, and the objects can access only the functionalities. Through that functionality, they can access the data. This mechanism is called as fully encapsulation. That fully encapsulation can be achieved with the help of classes. With the help of classes. See? Classes. That means you might ask, ma'am, this class inside only these variables are there. This class inside only these methods are there. How others can access only methods, how others can't access this means this can be achieved with the help of access specifiers. This can be achieved with the help of access specifiers. I will tell what is meant by access specifiers. First, encapsulation concept is clear. Is encapsulation concept is clear. Well, all are very silent. Arun, Chandu, Padma, Venkat. Clear?
Or
Yes,
not
ma'am.
very clear. And Sindhu, while speaking, there's a lot of disturbances is coming.
That is also same.
Yes, ma'am.
But before that only you have to say, right? Okay. Is my voice is clear now or same?
I feel
It's
your mic is a little bit very near to you. That's why I feel the lot of disturbances after speaking.
Okay. Same disturbance.
Yeah, now it is okay.
Okay. See, if anything, any problem is there, please let me know, or else I will continue. Right? Okay.
Yeah,
So these are the objects and these things. I'm not saying immediately you will, but
yeah. Sindhu, once again we are getting disturbance.
just a moment.
Yeah.
Now is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So just please go through with all these concepts once again by watching the video. But if you want to move to next, you should know these principles. Means what is each one is doing, you should know. Otherwise, tomorrow's class, not tomorrow, the continuation classes will be, means at least what class nature, what object nature, you should know. That's why I'm not saying all the principles now only. When I'm saying each and every principle, I will explain each and every principle at that time only, because inheritance, polymorphism, like so many things are there. I'm not going to discuss any principle now. Only encapsulation I'm going to start. Because of that reason, I explained that. But concentrate on that principle, because based on this only, tomorrow, if you want to learn design principles, all those things will depends. Okay, next. So if you observe, this object is going to interact with this data and with the help of these methods, but both are under same class only. If you observe, whatever you are saying here, this e number, e name, salary are in this class, and get data, display methods are also in this class. Then how the outer class can access these members? How an outer class can access these members? They can access these members uh, only with the help of access specifiers. What are the access specifiers are available? Access specifiers are private, public, internal. private, public, internal. Okay, and some other also are there, protected internals, private, protected, and some other also there. I will discuss that later. But as of now, 3 I'm saying private, public, internal. That means if anything I declared as private, means how to tell, okay, I'm having a big jewelry. That is completely my private property. I don't want to give it to anyone. I mean, in my family only, if anyone wants, I will give. But to outer people, I don't want to give. That is called private. In my family only, or leave about in my family. Otherwise, I'm having one government job. That is my private property. Even my mother, my father, or no one can access that private property. Right? So that completely belongs to me. Even my child or my husband, no one can access that private property. Right? So that is called private. If anything is defined as private within the class only, within the class only. If anything is public, openly available for everyone. Openly available for everyone. That means your house outside, you are putting one water can. Are you restricting? No, no, you people only have to access. No, anyone can use that service. Anyone can use that service. That is called as public property. Next, internal. Internal means within the project only. Within the project only means present you are in which project, in that project only it will be useful, not outside people. That means like jewelry, I can use at the same time, I can give it to my sister or I can give it to my mother or whoever they want, but they should be in my family only. They should be in my family only. That is called internal. But some other also there, I will discuss later, but these 3 are main. By default, class before nothing we are giving, right? The class scope is internal. The class scope is internal by default. The class scope is internal and we can change this to public only. That means class scope should be public or internal. By default it is internal, but you can change either public or internal. And class inside whatever you are writing, class inside members scope is by default private. That means class inside whatever is there, you can't access anything at outside. But ma'am, if I want to access anything at outside means how? You have to make that as public or internal. Suppose see, now I gave only public to get, sorry, I gave public to only get data, right? Then with the help of this even, I can access this get data only. But display you can't access. Why? Display default scope is private. You can't access that. Display default scope is private. You can't access that. But get data you can. Right? Suppose if you want to access, suppose in the bank deposit form, withdraw form, open account form, like that, so many forms are there. Will they put all the forms outside? No, they won't put all the forms. Right? They will put only limited forms at outside. Other forms, if you ask, then they will give you. So what and all publicly available, what and all functionality publicly if you want to give, those you have to give it as public. Some you have to make it as internal. Some you have to make it as protected. depends upon customer requirement, or what he's asking, or what customer is asking. Based on that, we have to give either public or internal or protected or some other. But I'm not saying all the access specifiers now. I'm saying only public and internal. So here I'm making this as public. That means now event dot display also you can. See, you can. That's it. Okay, as of now, I'm concentrating on public, internal, and protected. And class scope, what is that? Class scope default is internal. If you want, you can make this as public, but here only one project is there. See, in our solution, only one project is there. Whether you are giving public or not, no problem, because within the project anywhere you can use. That's why you no need to give public. But in another project, if you want to access this class, you have to make this as public. Keep remember these points. These points are very, very useful. Okay, I'm not continuing. Please go through with all these things. Tomorrow, if you people are having any questions, I will repeat this again. But after this, once you got this recording, please go through this once again. And tomorrow's class, I'm going to explain one real-time banking example only. How it is going to happen, I will explain. Yes?
If suppose we have any data in the get data, so how do we access that?
That in tomorrow's class, I will explain.
Tomorrow's class, okay.
Real-time functionality only I will explain. Okay? Just, yes.
And one more thing, I have a small doubts. Yesterday, I'm just trying out the old class examples. So is time to discuss
tomorrow
or
starting, shall I?
okay.
Okay. Tomorrow starting, I will check your questions. Then I will make it concept. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please practice all these things, and if any questions.